back to my channel. I am here today with another unit from Sensationnel. She is not new. She has been out for some time, and her name is Rainmaker. As you can tell from the title, this is a versus. Okay, so I am doing Rainmaker against Heartbreaker, and I would have to say that there is a difference. I really don't get how Sensationnel has been missing it with the... They haven't necessarily been missing it. They have the texture that is needed on these blowout units, but I just feel like they think it's not sticking, and I'm like, whoever's saying this is okay is they must got mittens on, because I'm gonna tell you right now, she looks nice, but she feels nothing like Heartbreaker. And my thing is, Heartbreaker is basically longer than Rainmaker, but the style is basically the same. The concept, the curls, the texture style is the same. And I'm like, you mean to tell me for 4 to 6 inches longer you couldn't have the texture stay the same? Now, I do wonder who came out first, because at this time I was just learning about their curly texture units and did not know about the blowout texture units, because like I said in previous videos, you know, the half wig thing I really started to get into this year. And I have wore, you know, half wigs before, but really, like, you know, doing my research before I purchase certain brands, really, you know, seeing reviews, seeing, you know, the feedback on the units before I purchased. That was kind of like something that I really touched into this year. And so I really don't know, like, I'm curious, you know, being a business major, and, you know, I have a bachelor's in business administration management. I have a master's in finance, you know, business administration. I have an MBA in finance, and I'm working on a doctorate. So it's like, okay, in management. So when it comes to business, and I worked in sales, so I understand the consumership of brands. Working for a Fortune 500 company, one of the best at it, and learning how brands sell, it's like, what is it? It's kind of like off subject, but it's like Samsung versus Apple, right? You'd be surprised why Apple does certain things and why Samsung does certain things. And it's like, I feel like that with the Sensationnel line. Like, okay, you have this curl Kinks and Co line, okay, you ace it with the texture on your curly, like representing the spiral curl of a 3A to 4C texture. But when you start going straighter on blowout texture, your units get tougher and drier. Yet and still, you have units like Heartbreaker, Head Turner. I will even give True Diva a little bit of a pass in this category that I'm speaking on. Wild One, Elite Babe, Angel Face. Those units, the texture is it's an A. You know, some are like A minus, but for the most part, you're not getting that dry, I can't run my fingers through this unit because it's tough, and I'm not exaggerating. You know, it just questions, you know, I just question like, okay, you either, the texture's dry and tough, okay, but the look is, you know, if I really were to just pull these curls all out, I'm pretty sure I could probably get her to being like this as the stock car model has. But I'm not going to do that. But I can see myself working Rainmaker to get like this. She may even fuzz out more because of already how she is in a sense. So I'm like, okay, but then you go to head turner. Head turner don't look nothing like the stock model, right? But the texture is there. So it amazes me because it's like Sensationnel really had the texture as far as the natural blowout or the natural texture on their units. In this line, they've had it, you know, pretty good. It's like when they started venturing into the straighter units, it's kind of like throwing, you know, wall, and it's like, yo, like, keep the texture. Like, the fact that this does not feel like Heartbreaker to me is absolutely crazy, because it's the same unit, just shorter. I just don't get it. So, not to beat a dead horse, but I just hope that they are paying attention to reviews and saying, you know what, yeah, like, I don't know what it is, but you can't have deceiving stock models on your card, but you also need to keep the texture that you are acing, right? So I digress. So Rainmaker, just like Heartbreaker, represent the 3B to 4T hair texture. They recommend the hot water recommendation. They recommend hot watering set for this unit. They recommend the hot water set for this unit, which means getting your roller sets, getting your flexi rods, curling up the, you know, splitting into parts, curling them up, dipping them in hot water, letting the unit sit, and then releasing those curls to try to maintain this curl pattern. I do see that happening. I do see, because this texture is so dry and just kind of like really, not frail is the wrong word, but I can just see heat not really taking to this unit, more so not taking, but destroying the unit. So, if anybody has had this unit, Rainmaker or Heartbreaker, and have tried the hot water set, I would love to know, did it work? Because I do plan to try and just assess that. You know, they're recommending that. I want to see if it works. So she's available in special colors. Those are the colors that they have. On the back of the maintenance card, it's recommending, you know, the maintenance of her. Funny, the first recommendation is to detangle her from root to end with a paddle brush. Right. And I can't even get my fingers through this. Anyway, you know, yeah, that's not happening. If I can't get my fingers through it, I know a paddle brush is going to damage and ruin the unit if my fingers can't even get through it. So, yeah. So, other than that, you know, the unit is definitely, you know, style-wise, you know, definitely appealing. You know, I really... the texture thing, y'all know how I feel about this. I feel like texture is everything. You can always, you're always going to manipulate a style. You know, it's like a lace front wig, you know, it's a center part, but we move it to a right part. We move it to a left part. You're going to move it and get it to your liking. But when you really, the texture is, you know, not there, it's almost like, yo, I can't even really do that if this texture is just not working. And for this type of hair texture is just like, yo, our hair ain't thick and like, y'all, I kid you not. Like, you think a paddle brush is gonna get through that and not ruin the unit? Right. Okay. Well, this is where she is from the side. Okay. Really nice, but I mean, it ain't much you gonna be able to do but just do this. Pat, and that's it. I mean, just trying to split her to get her to come forward was freaking, you know, ridiculous. I just really wish the texture, I mean, and it's almost like feeling her, it's like they almost had it. Like the ends is like, I could tell they were almost there, but it's just still that dry effect hair, and it's just not cool at all. So let me put on Heartbreaker and, you know, pretty much be like, this is what Rainmaker should be feeling like. So let me throw her on and then let's get back to it. So I have on Heartbreaker, and as you can see, total different, you know, texture. She is flowing way more better than Rainmaker. I actually had her on earlier, so she's actually a lot more, but look at that. Like, you talking about splitting that hair on that Rainmaker like this, you are mistaken. She was not even allowing me to do anything like this. So that's what I'm saying. Like, at least I can run my fingers. I expect, because it's so curly at the end, to give me some, you know, tangling. But yeah, like, really? You think Rainmaker is about to even split like this? Do this? Like, no. And that's where I say, what's the difference between that shorter version and this longer version, and why I'm able to do just those simple things on her and not on Rainmaker? Like, the texture thing, just interesting with these two units. And she's not the only one. Moneymaker is the same way. You know, Moneymaker is about the same length as Rainmaker, but got that same dry texture that is just like, where is this coming from? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what was going on during that time they were creating these units. And honestly, I feel like, was it because, you know, was it because of the competition? You know, you got Natural Be Light from Janet Collection. You have Outre, who been doing the dang thing since Nisha, and Tess. Some people don't remember Tess. Can't find Tess no more. But Tess was also a blowout textured unit that was straight. She didn't have all the wave and curly body like Nisha did. But definitely, like, there's competition. I get that. But I feel like Sensationnel kind of aced the texture thing way before Janet Collection did, because literally Alpha Woman and Boss Babe, they were great textures. So it just amazes me, like when they got to Moneymaker and Rainmaker, it's like, what? Like, yo, you know, those weren't like curly spiral, you know, units. Those were straight units, but the texture was amazing on those. So where we losing our fight at with this? She is, you know, not much. She's got more body, but she's not much longer than Rainmaker. Okay, so like, I don't get why they didn't have the texture of Heartbreaker on Rainmaker. Okay, as you can see, she is definitely a good length. Okay, from this side. So yeah, like I don't get, I like her kind of like all up on the side. I don't know why, but I like her this way. Yeah. Don't know what was going on between Rainmaker and Moneymaker and Heartbreaker. The Urs, what happened? Love this unit. I actually want to get her in the highlighted 1B30 version, because she is just really nice. Texture wise, she's not too big, she's not getting over, you know, too much. As I have ran my fingers through her, she is maintaining that curl pattern, even with straightening her out. You know, she is still maintaining the curls, which is a great thing. Is she a little tough? She's thick, you know, expect that, but she is way more capable of being worked versus Rainmaker. And I just really hope, like, you know, they are listening to reviews and they see that, you know, texture is everything. We can always get a unit to get the way we want it to be. The way I wear Rainmaker may not be the way you wear Rainmaker, or the way I wear Heartbreaker may not be the way you wear Heartbreaker. But at least that we, you know, texture is one of the biggest things. And unfortunately, it's like, you know, what is going on with the thing, y'all? So hopefully, because right now I think with them it's not necessarily texture. Their last 4 units have been great texture wise, but you be getting the dang on unit, you be like, don't look like the model though. So now we got the texture, but let's also let our units look the way the model looks, you know. So we will see. You know, it's the end of the year. I'm trying to remember how they release units around the winter time frame. If they really be cranking out anything fast, I really think it slows down a little bit and then pops right back off January, February time frame. So we may see some slowness of new things coming out. New, like, ooh, you know, they know they're like it's going to sell, but I do look forward to seeing what Sensationnel has next, you know, outside of Wild One, True Diva, Head Turner, Elite Babe, and Angel Face. Those 5 that they have released between August and now. So
Rainmaker and Moneymaker don't know what the makers were doing. They wasn't making nothing that I like. I mean, I like, you know, I bought it, but it's like, what was you making those?
You know, you broke this, like, this is good, you know, but them 2 makers over there, I don't know. So let me know what you think about Heartbreaker. Rainmaker. More so, I'm looking to see how do y'all feel about my opinion about what Sensationnel has, you know, been doing with the units this year. Interesting to see them grow this line, and that's what I like. You have options, and we're not knocking that down, but it's definitely like, okay, you it's not like you've missed it every time. You've actually hit it on the nail more than several times with the texture. But you know, what do y'all think about just my feelings on that? If you have had Rainmaker or Heartbreaker, please share your experience, because I want to know how she gonna, you know, be for me when I do wear her out. Not like I'm gonna be going anywhere like fancy, but you know, just wear I hate wear and tear, but just wearing her. Did you wash her? Did any of you guys do the hot water set recommendation that they recommend on both of these units? Did you do any altering, like cutting? Did you try to comb her out? Was it a lot of shedding that you experienced? Did it go back to, you know, the curls that are intact when you first get, you know, the unit? Like, I feel like with Heartbreaker, she's more prone to act a whole lot better than Rainmaker or Moneymaker. And I do have Moneymaker, but I was like, I just, you know, these two are similar in style, so this was a good comparison as far as a versus go. So other than that, I hope everybody's doing well. I do have some new stuff, like stuff that has just come out. I do have a few units coming my way. Nope, not Converti Cap, because you know, I'm waiting on Bahama Mama to get restocked. So until she do, you know, I put a pause on my Converti Cap as far as purchases go. I am trying to work on my style video, but I feel like that I'm trying to decide if I'm going to just do individual and create a playlist for that, or kind of bring the curly units together, and then the more straighter units, you know, do those styles separate. So don't know yet, kind of trying to figure out how I want to do that. But yes, do have some new stuff coming, so look out for a new video by Wednesday, Thursday time frame. Hopefully you know, I ain't even gonna talk about it. Just be safe out here, especially within the next couple of days, because of the weekend. I think some people lost their everlasting mind, especially here in Texas specifically. But you know, be safe. Please do take care of yourselves. Pandemic still going on. European countries are going back to lockdowns and things, so you know, domino effect, right? So just definitely, like I always say, take care of yourselves, be safe, be blessed, out of order, in that order, and until the next time, bye.